Hello dear students, how are you? I hope you all are enjoying the online sessions and I know that you all are eagerly waiting for today's video as well. I believe that these videos are not only educating you but are also trying to help you out in your real life. Okay, now tell me, do you have any pet at home? Yes, tell me. It may be a bird or an animal. Yes, I know. Some of you will say that you have a pet dog or a pet cat. Even you can say that you have a parrot, a sparrow or a rabbit. These birds and animals are important part of our life. Not only we are dependent on these animals and birds for various things, but they also play a significant role in nature as well. They are the part of a food chain. Food chain means that when a bigger animal feeds or eats a smaller animal, and this process is continued. Not only this, these animals entertain us as well. We really feel delighted at the amazing activities and their playful nature. For example, we derive a lot of pleasure at the sight of little puppies playing on the street. We feel happy to hear the chirping noise of birds and we equally feel excited to see them flying in the sky, making beautiful flying patterns in their flocks. These animals are like we humans. They too have emotions. They too respond to our love. They equally respond back to our love through their actions. For example, have a look at this video. A dog wags its tail when you call it with its name. Look at these images. How cute and playful they are. Wow! You all might be thinking, why am I talking about these creatures? So dear students, let me tell you, the chapter we are going to take up today has been taken from your book of environmental studies. The title of the book is Looking Around. The chapter we are going to take up today is the 19th chapter of grade 3 and the name of the chapter is Our Friends Animal. So, without any delay, let's begin to read and enjoy the chapter Our Friends Animal. The children in the class were startled on hearing the sound tuck. The sound came from the ceiling fan. Kalyani shouted, "Look! Look, a bird is hurt!" Peter got up at once and picked up the bird. It was in pain. Navjot and Ali quickly brought water in a bowl. Peter lovingly patted the bird. They held the ball to the bird's beak. It drank a little water and slowly started flapping its wings. Navjot told all the children to move back. They noticed that the bird was trying to fly. In a while, the bird flew away. Next day, the children saw a bird circling above them in their classroom. The children tried to find out whether it was the same bird that was heard the previous day. They quickly switched off the fan and started to clap. What a lovely story! I hope you too have seen sometimes the birds entering your classroom as well. And you too have switched off the fan because they may get hurt. Now, based on the story read so far, try to arrange these sentences in the correct order. Let me read out for you. The first one is, Peter lovingly patted the bird. Next, the children saw a bird circling in their classroom. Next, Navjot and Ali quickly brought water in a bowl. Next, the bird flew away. And the last, the bird hurt itself with the fan. Yes, try to sequence these sentences. Try to give them the proper sequence. Yes, according to you, which is the first incident? Yes, we learnt that the bird hurt itself with the fan. This is the first incident or the first correct order. Next what happened? Yes, Peter lovingly patted the bird. Very good. We can mark it as number 2. Next, Navjot and Ali quickly brought water in a ball. Mark it as sentence number 3. Next, what happened? The bird flew away. Yes, after having little water, the bird flew away. Mark it as sentence number 4. Next, the children saw a bird circling in their classroom. This is the last sentence of this order. Mark it as sentence number 5. Now, you have heard that the bird flew away with the flapping of its wing. And similarly, there are certain sounds produced by different animals. Here are 2 columns. In the first column, we have a list of animals, and in the second column, we have sound. You have to match the animal with its correct sound. The list of animal is as, the first one is bird. Next, lion. Next, cow. Next, dog. Then we have horse and cat. And in column B, the sounds given are neigh, barks, mews, moos, chirp, roars. Yes, so let's try to match. Bird, yes. Select the word used for the sound of bird. It is chirps. Yes, bird chirps. Next, lion. Yes, lion roars. Very good. Next is cow. Cow moos. Very good. Next is dog. Dog barks. And how does the dog bark? Whoa, 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 whoa. You know that? Next is horse. The sound produced by the horse is neigh, neigh. Next is cat. Cat mews. I hope you all have enjoyed this activity. Now let's read ahead. Shankar was very happy. A cat had given birth to 4 kittens in the courtyard of his house. He started spending his free time with them. One morning, Shankar was woken up by the cat's cry. Do you know how a cat cries? Try to imitate. Yes? Meow, meow, meow. Like this? I know you can do better than me. He ran towards the courtyard. He saw that the cat was crying and cuddling its 3 kittens. One of the kittens was missing. He went outside and found Malini patting a kitten. Shankar called Malini into his courtyard. Malini saw the cat crying. Dear students, can you tell me why this mother cat was crying? Yes, because it has lost one of the kittens. And that's why this cat was crying. Now my question is, what do you think Malini would have done? Yes, tell me. I think Malini would have returned the kitten to its mother. Because like we human beings are loved by our parents, similarly, these animals also love their kids. Means they love their puppies, their cubs, their kittens. Let's read ahead. Bholi is Meenu's cow. Meenu takes Bholi to the field to graze daily. One day, a speeding scooter hit Bholi and hurt her leg. The wound was bleeding heavily. Oh my God! Can you see this in the picture? Now tell me, what will people in Meenu's family do? Yes, try to tell me. Yes, they would wash the wound with water and would apply some medicine. And if the wound is too serious, they can take it to the veterinary doctor. Now, let's hear about Chandu. Chandu Dhobi looks after his donkey very well. The donkey too does a lot of his work. Look at these pictures and write, what are the things that Chandu does for his donkey? Can you see the first picture? Yes. Tell me. What is he doing? He is? Yes, Chandu bathes his donkey. Very good. In the second picture, Chandu gives him grass to eat. Very good. In the next picture, Chandu gives water to drink. Next, in the last picture, Chandu decorates his donkey with flowers. So nice of Chandu. So dear friends, we have seen whether it was Malini or it was Meenu's family or it was Chandu. All of these have a lot of love and care for these animals. We should also take care of these animals. They are equally sensitive like we humans. Okay, now I hope you all have a pet or your neighbors have a pet. Tell me, what do you do when your pet is, or what your neighbor does when his or her pet is? The first thing is hungry. Yes, if you have a pet and your pet is hungry, what do you do? Yes, tell me. Okay, you give it biscuit, meat or fodder to eat. Very good. Next, feeling hot or cold. If your pet feels hot or cold, what do you do? Yes, I know you all might be having this answer that if it is hot, you try to keep it in a cool place, right? You also give your pet water to drink if it is feeling hot, or when it is cold, what do? Yes, you wrap it in a blanket. Yes. Next, teased by someone. Tell me, what will you do in this situation? Or what you do? I know. You try to take your pet away from that place or from that person. Or even you can tell the person not to do so. Next, hurt. Yes. In case your pet is hurt, you take your pet to a veterinary doctor. Very good. Now, we keep some pets at home. We look after them too. In the table given below are the names of some such animals. Complete the table. In column A, we have name of the animal. In column B, we have why do we keep them. The first animal given here is dog. Yes, tell me, why do we keep a dog? It guards our house. Very good. And now write the name of the animal. It gives milk, yes, cow or buffalo. Next, dash. It pulls the cart. Who pulls the cart? Yes, it may be a horse or a bull. Next is ox. Yes. Why do we keep them? We have ox as it plows our fields. Hen. Yes, it gives eggs. Fish. It is eaten as food. Dash, we love it. We can say rabbit, birds, parrots, etc. We can say we love these creatures or birds. Honeybee, yes, it gives us honey. So we see that all these animals provide different things and also help us in many ways. Now, let's read something interesting about bird bath. Look at the picture. Let's see how can we make this bird bath. Take a small earthen pot having a wide mouth. Tie the pot with a rope and hang it as shown in the picture. Pour some water in the pot and hang it on the branch of a tree or on a hook outside your house. Pour water in it every day. Observe which birds come to drink water. Isn't it interesting? Like us, animals also need water to live. There are many other things which are required by both animals and humans. Write the names of 3 such things. Yes, think and write. What do we need apart from water? What do we need to live? We need air, sunlight and food. Okay. Now, have you ever fed any animal or seen anybody feeding these animals? If yes, then try to complete the below given table. Yes, you can write the name of the animal you fed and what did you feed. For example, I generally feed dogs and I feed them with biscuits, breads and even meat. And if I say the animal fed by you is cat, so what do you think? What do you have fed your cat with? You can say milk, fish, meat, etc. Try to complete this table of your own. Now, below given is the list of animals. You have to find out what these animals eat. We have rat, cockroach, pig, bat, crow, squirrel, monkey, spider and lizard. Okay, let's talk about rat. Yes, rat feeds on grains and chapatis. Good. Cockroach. You have generally seen them in your kitchen or in the dark and damp places. Yes, they feed on food leftovers and small insects. Pig. Yes, pigs are generally seen near the garbage. They feed on waste and garbage. Bat. Yes, bat feeds on blood and also nectars from some flowers. Crow. Crow eats flesh of dead animals and even chapatis or leftover food. Next is squirrel. Squirrel eats nuts and fruits. Monkey. Monkey loves to eat fruits, chapatis And sometimes we can also say we feed them with some biscuits. Then we have spider. Spider eats small insects. And what about the lizard? You might have seen crawling lizard in your room on the walls. Yes, it feeds on small insects and small mosquitoes. Let's try another interesting exercise. Who eats what? Match by drawing lines of different colors. You have to match the animal with its food. The food eaten by that animal has to be matched using colored lines. We have sparrow, lizard, rat, human being, snake, ant, mosquito and goat. So let's try to match. Let's talk about sparrow. Yes, sparrow eats chapati, fruits and vegetables. Good. And what about lizard? Lizard eats mosquitoes and other insects. Rat. Yes, rat eats chapati. Next, human. Yes, human beings eat chapati, fruits and vegetables. Next is snake. Yes, snake. Snake feeds on lizard and rat. What about ants? Ants are eaten by lizards. They just eat breadcrumbs or the leftover powdered sugar, etc. Goat. Goat feeds on grass and also eats chapatis. Yes, sparrow. Sparrow eats chapati, fruits, vegetables and chapati. We can match with these columns. And what about ant? Lizard eats ant. I hope this entire circle is clear to you, in which we can see that different foods are eaten by different animals. And also, there is a cycle. For example, lizard eats ant and lizard itself is eaten by snake. So, this kind of cycle is a food chain. Let's move ahead. Now, let's read an interesting story. The Queen's Garden. Read this picture and let's discuss. The gardener has brought mangoes from the Queen's garden. So many mangoes! Good! Your Majesty, there would have been double the amount if the birds had not eaten them. What did you say? The birds have eaten the mangoes? Why did you allow the birds into the garden? Please forgive me. I will not let any bird come into the garden. Fewer mangoes than last year. Why did you not stop the birds from entering the garden? I stopped them, Your Majesty. I did not let a single bird enter. But this year the insects have eaten the mangoes. If there had been birds, then they would have eaten the insects. We would not have lost so many mangoes. So, dear students, after listening to Queen and to her gardener, we came to know that in Queen's garden there were many mangoes and there were beautiful birds that used to come to her garden. After listening to her gardener that her garden is always full of birds, she thought to stop letting the birds coming into the garden so that she could have more mangoes. But what happened? Next year, the yield of mangoes was very less. Why? The mangoes were eaten by the insects. Many of the mangoes were spoiled by the insects, and these insects were earlier eaten by the birds that used to come to the garden. So, it is clear that the birds used to eat the insects and therefore there were more number of mangoes. From this story, we learned that every creature is important and we all are interdependent. This is how our environment works. This is how nature and its cycle works. We realize that every creature is important and it has a significant role to play. Do you know that many groups and organizations carry out many activities to save, protect and help these animals? These groups are called NGOs or non-government organizations. They provide food, shelter and even medicines to the animals. For example, Bird Ambulance is one of the such organization that helps the birds and provide them immediate treatment when they are injured. We should also make efforts and join such organization that helps these creatures. I hope you all have enjoyed today's chapter. In this chapter, we learn that how can we be sensitive towards these creatures and animals. These animals not only help us in many ways, but they are an important part of our nature and environment. They too need love and care. They have emotions. So, we should all love them. Now, before I say goodbye, I want you to write few lines on your pet animal, sharing that what it loves to eat, drink and how it behaves. On this note that we will meet again with another interesting video. It's time to say goodbye. Till then, take care of yourselves, stay happy, stay healthy and enjoy learning. Thank you.